Controversy at the World Juniors between Canada and Russia. Want to know my take? Stay tuned to find out. Hey guys, my name is Matt. Welcome to the Sin Bin. First of all, I gotta apologize for my salad bowl. It is looking absolutely disgusting because it's the holidays, it's vacation, and one thing I think of when I hear holidays is World Juniors. It starts on Boxing Day here in Canada, which is the 26th of December, and it's my opportunity to see some of the best young players represent their country on the biggest stage. I love the World Juniors. Now, Canada had a game against Russia a couple of days ago, and it did not go as expected for Canadians fans. They got steamrolled by the Russians 6-0. It is only, I believe, the fifth time that Canada gets blanked in the international stage for the under-18s. They did not play good whatsoever. I'm not going to make any excuses from them. I think they were trying to pass and make the perfect play when they should have just been shooting on net. Now, I'm not here to talk about the game itself, because there was a controversy that happened after the game, and it involved one Barrett Hayton. Now, as you may tell by his equipment and by the colors, he is an Arizona Coyotes prospect. He was drafted 5th overall in the 2018 draft, and so far he looks great. You know, against the U.S., he had 2 goals, 2 really good one-timers, set up by Lafreniere, but still, I think he's looked amazing, and being captain for the Canadians, I think he's a really huge piece. Now, like I said, there was a little bit of a controversy that brews at the end of this game, so just to give you guys a little bit of a premise before I show the clip, when the winning team, they win at the end of the World Juniors, what happens is that they play the anthem for that winning country. And both teams, they're standing, and they have to listen to the anthem. I'm going to let the clip speak for itself, so let's see exactly what happens.
Controversy involving the captain at the end of the game. There's the Russian captain complaining because Barrett Hayton did not take off his helmet during the anthem, which is customary at the end of a game in any IIHF event. Now watch the right side here. Hayton going through the handshake line. He points to his helmet and does not shake his hand because he had left his helmet on. And the next 3 Russians also do not shake the hand of the Canadian captain.
So there you have it. Russia captain Gregory Denarko. He makes a whole fuss because Barrett Hayton did not take off his helmet. Now, I'm not going to make any excuses for Hayton here because it's pretty obvious. We're taught as hockey players, and not even as hockey players, as hockey fans, when the national anthems are playing, we take off our hats, we take off our caps, and we stand and we listen to the national anthem. It's just a sign of respect. Now, Barrett Hayton didn't do that. I'm not going to make any excuses for him. Now, I actually lied. I have a couple of excuses, but before I get to that, let's see what Hayton says himself about the whole controversy, because he did speak to the media, and these are his exact words. I'll put them up on the screen. He says, "I'm sorry for leaving on my helmet for the Russian anthem following today's game, and I apologize to the Russian team and its fans. As a leader on this team, I was trying to process the game and evaluate how we can regroup. I was lost in the moment. The Russians played a great game tonight, and my actions were not intended to be disrespectful. My mistakes should not detract from their win. I owe it to my team and to all the Canadians to be better." So obviously he's very flustered. I actually heard him verbalize these words. I didn't just read them. I actually saw him, and he seemed sincere. It didn't just seem like he was bullshitting, as the saying goes. Now, this is made out to be some whole disrespectful thing for Canada. The kid's disrespectful. He's not respecting their country. When I see that, I smell a little bit of something here. I smell a little bit of hypocrisy. Because if any of you guys saw the same game I saw, the 6-0 shellacking by the Russians, I think they are the last persons to talk about respecting one another. Okay? Let me show you guys what I think, okay? This is the game. I have some highlights right here. This is the goal that Russia scored. Now, looking at the celebration, you might think this is the double overtime goal that clinched the medal, biggest goal. Let's just look at the celebration here. The whole bench is on their feet. They're happy. They're on the floor. What if I told you that that was the goal to make it 5-0? That was the 5-0 goal celebration. It is unheard of for me to celebrate like that when the game is 5-0. 6-0, same thing. They're throwing themselves on the glass. They're making a whole carnival. Are you going to talk to Barrett Hayton about respect when you guys are doing that. No, you gotta think here. The Canadians players, they're getting embarrassed. They have their parents in the audience. The goalie, Nico Dawes, who I did not think played a great game, he's getting embarrassed when you do that. In front of his friends, in front of his family. I did not like that whatsoever by the Russians, and that is the reason when we look at the drafts and we hear about a Russian bias, an attitude bias, this is what we speak of. Even the incident itself, I don't think what Barrett Hayton did was right. I don't think that not shaking his hand, the three players in line that you see on the screen on my left, they did not shake his hand. I don't think that was right either. You are not going to change my mind. I know it's a very controversial thing, especially at the World Juniors, because we often see mismatch. A lot of people say, don't run up the score, okay? You should make it 3-0 and leave it at 3-0. Personally, I don't believe in that, okay? I do think that if you're going to play someone, you should play 100% the whole games, and there's no such thing as not running up the score. But with that being said, I don't think when the game is 5-0, you should go celebrate as if you just won the Stanley Cup in quadruple overtime. Because that's even more disrespectful, in my opinion, than forgetting to take your helmet off during the national anthems. Now, that's just me. If you look at the Canadians a couple years back, this was actually in 2009, as I'm setting up the clip here, Canada was playing Kazakhstan. Speak about a mismatch, all right? I'm going to show you the goal that Jamie Benn, a very young Jamie Benn, scored to make it 7-0. Here we go. Boom. Look at his reaction. Zero reaction. You know? He is absolutely doing nothing. He's not throwing himself on the floor. He's not throwing himself in the glass. All right? This is the goal by John Tavares to make it 7-0 or 8-0. No reaction. I believe that's the way it should be done. All right? You can say that Barrett Hayton disrespected the Russian players. I think what the Russian players did in return to Barrett Hayton is much worse. You know, I gotta say, I love these World Juniors. This isn't the first controversy. A few years back, Rangers prospect Elias Anderson, he won the silver medal. He ended up removing the silver medal, as you may see on the screen, and tossing it up in the stands. So, you know, if you guys like drama, if you guys like great hockey, you know, great pace, whatnot, great drama, please watch the World Juniors, because I'm definitely going to be talking about it. I'm going to be talking about some of the Habs prospect. You know, I just wanted to put in my 2 cents here, because when the Russians, they create a whole hubbub because one player does not take their helmet off, and, you know, they're basically interrupting the whole anthems themselves and then not shaking that player's line. I think it's a little hypocritical if you're going to score a 5-0 and a 6-0 goal and then just throw yourselves on the floor as if you just won the Stanley Cup. Let me know what you guys think, because I might be wrong. You might disagree with me. You might say I'm too conservative or boomer, whatever the sense is, whatever the term is. I don't know what they mean. For all I know, they might be compliments. So please let me know. And as per usual, like this video. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe to Sinbin for more hockey content. My name is Matt. Keep your stick on the ice.